The Marry Me Pact is a pretty good film. I watched a film like this with a very similar premise quite recently, and I cannot remember what film that is. So when I describe this to you, if you know what I'm talking about, please feel free to let me know. This was released in 2023. It's a Real One film directed by Bruno Hernández and Damián Romay. It's written by Ben Weatherill, and we have a cast including Meggan Kaiser and Tyler Harlow. And they play Charlotte and Rory. They are best friends. And Charlotte finds out from a psychic that she's meant to be with Rory. And Rory comes home from traveling, and she's obviously going to consider pursuing this. But it turns out Rory's now in a very committed relationship, and he's going to be married. And she's obviously Charlotte spent some time thinking about what the psychic said and realised that actually maybe she does have feelings for Rory. What is she going to do? And as I said, I did watch a film very, very similar to this concept recently, where a woman wanted to tell her best friend that she was in love with him, but he just got engaged. I think he was engaged, and it's a very similar concept, but the film itself does feel quite different. So it's not a carbon copy. Also, I don't know which one came first. Obviously, the big question is she destined to be with Rory, or does she need to realise that that's not what her future is having in store for her? Of course, I'm not going to give it away, but in general, it's a pleasant story. The pacing is good. The narrative works well. It flows well enough. I don't have any issues with the narrative itself. The characters are very likeable, and both on their own and also together. I could see them being together, and I wanted the best for them, but obviously if Rory's engaged, I don't want Rory to get hurt, because he is likable, so I don't want Charlotte to ruin things for Rory's current relationship. Basically, I didn't know what I wanted from this, so I wasn't too bothered about what ultimately would happen. I was very keen to find out. I enjoy the experience. The characters are likable, the performances are very good. Visually, as is usually the case with Real One films, it's really stunning to look at. Bright lights, gorgeous colour palette. Visually, definitely really appeals to me. I probably would never watch it a second time, which is not a bad thing. There are many, many films I'd only watch once, but I still really enjoyed it. It's good to sit down and become fully immersed in if you want to really invest the time into the film, but if you just want something on in the background while you're doing other things, it could work well for that as well. So I think it's great for a lot of reasons, and in general, there's nothing about it that didn't work. I can't identify anything where I think there was significant room for improvement. So needless to say, I thought the Marry Me Pact was a pleasant experience, and as a one-time watch, I rather enjoyed it. If you're a fan of this kind of film, if you like Real One, or if you're new to Real One, I'd say it's a pretty good example of the kind of quality one can expect from Real One films. Then I would say it's one that's maybe worth checking out. I rather enjoyed it, and I'm happy to recommend it.